I want to help you. I really, truly have a passion for this, and I get so excited.
This is Gretchen. I am helping Heidi out tonight. I don't know if you guys saw her, but she was over on Facebook Live having a party. She was doing a really cool painting. She had a sloth painting on top of a llama, which was really fun. So I'm over here helping her out, getting her started for the webinar tonight. If you're just coming in, I want you guys, if you can, to hop on the chat and let me know where you're coming from. Where are you and where are you watching us from? And we have a really cool presentation tonight. For those of you that know Heidi, you already know she's amazing. For those of you that don't, you're going to be in for a big surprise because she has a ton of energy, and I'm so excited to see what she has to say. If you got your email, you should know to download the PDF workbook that goes along with this. We have a PDF that you can download. It's a really cool thing that Heidi has for us. If Heidi is there, I'm going to give her a quick introduction. She has taught thousands of women and kids. She is pretty much devoted her life to helping others by teaching her ways of paint parties. She has gone from bankrupt to business owner before the age of 30. That is an amazing story she will share with you. She is so excited to share her passion of art with you and for showing God's love through her art. And she is, I think, probably ready if she still has a voice left. Heidi, are you around?
Hi, can y'all see me?
Hi.
Hi, how are y'all?
Great.
Oh my gosh, so good to see you. Can you hear me, Gretchen? Still can't hear me?
I think everyone can hear you but me.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird. Hold on, let me try something. Okay, so I just chatted her. So we're going to wait for her to come back in. And then while we're waiting for her, I just wanted to say thank y'all so much for taking your time to be here. My passion is teaching you how to make a profit from your very first party. So just put in the chat real quick if you have taught paint parties before or if you are new to teaching paint parties, okay? I just want to know kind of, who's out there. Are y'all brand new, or are you already teaching, but maybe you've kind of, not really sure on the marketing? I find so many people.
I'm thinking it's my internet, Heidi, so you might just want to mute me.
Oh, okay. Okay, there she goes. Let me find her. I can hear you.
I can't see anyone and I can't hear anyone.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll go ahead and get started. Let me type that so she knows. And get started. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. So first off, thank you so much, Gretchen, for saying all that. And we're gonna get started. I mean, I know it's Mother's Day for those of you that are moms out there celebrating. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for taking time. This is the 1-year anniversary of Paint Party Headquarters, and I am so thankful. We opened the doors last Mother's Day, so we are at the 1-year anniversary. And I'm just so, so excited you're here. So go ahead and make sure that you can hear me. Just put a yes if you can hear me. And then I'm going to be answering questions at the end, but I want to make sure y'all can hear me. That would be awful if I did all of this and nobody could hear me. Okay, yes, good. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to share my screen and we are going to get started. So this presentation is about it's about an hour long, and then I'm going to be answering all of your questions. So what I recommend is just putting your questions in the chat, and then at the end, I'm just going to go through all of them, okay? So let me go ahead and stop the video. Okay, awesome. So we can just really concentrate on this. So today, basically, I'm going to teach you the 3 behind-the-scenes secrets to teaching paint party success for 2019 and beyond. And this is a picture of me and my daughter at one of our paint parties. She's about to turn 13, but she can run a paint party business like nobody's business. It's crazy. Okay, so here's my promise to you. Okay, so I want you to just put your cell phones down, just really listen and focus. Because guys, this training is going to give you so much information that you're going to be able to just really take it and immediately go to do these things right away. I mean, it's so crazy how much you can learn tonight. So what you need to start a paint party business, you need passion and minimal supplies, okay? So many people think you need a ton of stuff to get started, but you don't. I want to say, if you are in the right place, if you're crafty or artsy or have been thinking about teaching a paint party, you're also in the right place if you are already teaching paint parties but not gaining the traction to keep you inspired and consistently making money, okay? And you're also in the right place if you've had success in the past but seem to not know current marketing strategies to keep you in the game. So that's really important too. I think so many times people think they have it going on, you know, and then all of a sudden they don't have a paint party and they think that it's not going to work for them. That's not true. And you're also in the right place if you have, if you're just not sure where to start. You know, is there anybody put in the chat if you're just not sure where to start? That is okay. All right, and you're also in the right place if you feel like you have trouble with the techie part of the paint party world. So put in the comments any of y'all that maybe struggle with the tech part of this. Is there anybody that struggles with the tech part? Let's see, I'm gonna put y'all's chat right over here so I can see. Okay, and then the next part, you're in the right place if you get that feeling in your gut that makes you excited, nervous, scared, hopeful, all of the above when you think about teaching a paint party. Like we call it, my daughter calls it nervited or nervitis. Is anybody on there that says, you know, put in the comments if you have that nervitis feeling, okay? I love that my daughter kind of made that up, and it just makes me always think when I'm nervous, I'm like, yes, I get very nervitis, very nervitis. All right, and then the next thing, I'm going to go over some truths. So truth number one, and yes, we have some people in the comments that are nervitis. That is okay. And struggling with the tech part, that's totally okay too. I'm going to help you out with that. So truth number one, it is never too late to refocus and teach a paint party on what works. Oh my gosh, this is so important. So many people are out there, they're spinning their wheels and they don't realize that, that there's just a few marketing tweaks that can make all the difference in the world. And truth number two, everything I'm going to teach you is doable. And I keep it simple. So we can get fancy later, but I want you to see results quickly. All right, truth number three. To make your paint parties successful, you only need 1 to 2 parties a month. This one we're going to talk into a little bit later. And then at the very end, I'm going to talk about paint party headquarters. Welcome to your paint party future. And this is where I teach women how to make money teaching paint parties through, and every month I give them a painting tutorial, a marketing hack, a social media hack. And we even have a prayer and gratitude meeting where we pray for our businesses. So I'll talk more about that at the end. And real quick, who am I? Okay, so this is me and my daughter, Pixie. We actually every year do a road trip. This will be the 4th year in a row. We go all the way from Texas to South Florida, and we teach paint parties. We call it our South Paint Party, you know, our paint party tour. And we just teach paint parties, and then we have a ton of fun doing it. And this is my husband, Bobby. We have been married 22 years. And Pixie's about to turn 13. We're about to have a teenager in the house. And this summer, I am turning 40. So we are both turning, you know, some big numbers here, 13 and 40. We're so excited about it. We're those people, me and Pixie love to celebrate our birthdays. We're like, yes, we want a birthday day, we want a birthday week, we want to talk about it for months, where my husband is totally opposite. He just wants to ignore his birthday. So yes, we are all about traveling paint parties in addition to just having fun. You know, I teach you to not be a sitting duck, and it's really important to have fun while you're doing this and to create these memories with your family, and then the money that you gain from paint parties creating memories. And then this is my sweet dog, Blue. We are so obsessed with him. He's basically one of the family. Okay, so I teach. Here's what I teach. Crafters, creatives, artsy, passionate ladies, the quickest way to make a profit every paint party. Rinse and repeat that process using the most current and up-to-date marketing strategies to book paint parties and teach paint parties while having tons of fun. So that is what I do. So you are in the right place if you are wanting to learn that. So let me know in the comments if you're in the right place, okay? All right, so just a little background. So in 2007, and this was my very first ever paint party, and I made $50, okay? So back in 2007 is when paint parties and kind of, Painting with a Twist started it. 2007, I love Painting with a Twist because they have paved the way for you and me as mobile paint party business owners. But here's the thing you have to remember. Paint parties have only been around for about 12 years. Yes, Bob Ross did his thing, which we all love Bob Ross and his happy little trees and happy little accidents. But, this is all still so brand new. And Painting with a Twist and Sip and Paint, they've paved the way so that me and you can go and do these paint parties. So my very first one, I was hired by a kind of like a Painting with a Twist. It was called How Great Thou Art. And I remember I was teaching full-time in Florida, and I was making about $21,000 to $22,000 a year. And I went to this painting night, and I was painting, and the lady kind of stopped and talked to me, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that looks great." And she said, "Yeah, we're actually looking for instructors." And I said, "Well, how much does it pay?" And she goes, "You'll get $50 for 2 hours." And my jaw dropped. I was like, "You're going to pay me $50 for 2 hours to paint," which is what I love, live, breathe, eat, sleep, right? And I was so excited. And I remember doing that paint party and thinking, oh my gosh, I cannot believe they paid me $50 to do this. I was so excited. Then I ended up in 2008, they ended up closing the doors because the people who owned it, this is why I'm so big on mobile paint party businesses. I have friends, that own their own paint party studios that do really well. Gretchen, who was introducing me earlier, and she's a friend of mine. She actually owns her own paint studio and does very well. But the specialty that I have is teaching you how to have a mobile paint party business. So if you move, if you, whatever, these skills are going to teach you to always be able to pick up no matter what. And just like my friend Julie in Paint Party Headquarters, who was living in California, moved to Montana, and was able to immediately start a paint party business, not knowing anybody. So 2008, they closed their doors. And I remember she said, "Hey, I have a private party that we're not going to do, but if you would like to take it, you can have it and you can have all the profit." So I took off work that day. I was making $21,000, $22,000 a year as a art teacher. I took off work that day, and I made $350 for 2 hours teaching these little kids. We were actually doing footprints for a fundraiser thing that was coming up. And I was blown away. I thought, oh my gosh, I just made $350. I felt like I robbed a bank. I was freaking out. Have you ever had that feeling of I shouldn't make this much. This isn't okay. Why did this happen? And I remember just being so excited. And then since 2013 and on, party after party, paint party after party, anywhere from $200 for the lowest I've made during a paint party, all the way up to $4,515. So as you can see here, I love giant events, but I find that you do not have to do giant events to make a living doing paint parties. What I've learned a lot in my many years of teaching paint parties, and now I know a lot smarter way. So here it is. You don't need to have a party of 129 people to make money teaching paint parties, okay? You can just have one paint party a month. You don't have to run yourself ragged. So let me know in the comments, are you trying to do one paint party a month, or are you trying to do a couple of paint parties a month, or are you trying to do a bazillion paint parties a month? Let me know in the comments. All right, so this is where I want you to post. So let me know also, are you working full-time? Are you a stay-at-home mom? Are you retired? Or if there's another reason, post in there. And let me know. So you're going to tell me two things. Do you want to do one a month? Do you want to do a couple a month? Or do you want to do a bazillion paint parties? Okay, so let me know that first. And then I want you to let me know if you are working full-time, but you're going to be doing this once a month. Or are you a stay-at-home mom just needing out of the house? Or are you retired and just excited about doing this for some fun extra money? So let me know. So we have a wedding officiant doing one party a week. I think that's what it said. The chat's going kind of fast. Nancy saying one a month. Kristen saying a stay-at-home mom. Trisha, one a week. Kristen, I'm just trying to get one booked at this point. I'll take anything. I know that feeling, Kristen. Debbie, retired. Anita wants to do 4 to 6 parties a month. Vivian's working full time, so maybe just one a month. I hope I say this right. Lakela, that's so pretty. I hope I'm not butchering it. One a week. And then we have, let's see, Christy Lee says, for sure, a few for sure. I work part-time right now, but my work is on hold. There was a flood, so I have no income coming right now. So getting this up would be super helpful. Yes, that's the thing. You can a profit every single party. And Sindel is saying 1 to 4 a month. She's a stay-at-home mom. Carrie, I work full-time, but I want to start with 2 to 3 a month. Great. Angie, 1 to 2 a month. Michelle, a lot a month, work full-time, need extra money. Amy, work 3 days a week in a salon, but will be out of that by the end of 2019. Stay-at-home mom from Jackie, 2 to 3 a month. Teresa needs extra money. She works 30 hours a week. Anita's a stay-at-home mom who never stays home. I already do craft shows, but this sounds more profitable. Yes, Anita, this is very profitable. Christy, this is a full-time with real estate on the side. Good. Glenda's leaving her job in 4 weeks and going full-time into paint party business. Would like to do several months. Erica, I work full-time. I'll take anything. Linda, I want to do 2 to 5 more a month. Okay, so we got there's a ton on here, and I'm going to go back and try to read these too. That is wonderful. And then Moto Z3 says, wants to earn 2,000 to leave my job. Never do this before. Never done this before. Okay. And then we got a nurse. This is amazing. Okay, awesome. All right, so the next thing, the reason I asked this, okay, the reason I asked this is because I have done all of that. Like I have worked teaching full time. I have, Gretchen's mentioned this briefly. She talked about bankruptcy to business owner before the age of 30. Before I was 30, we lost our house. We were living in Florida. We lost everything. And I remember just, having that desperation of like, I am such a loser. How can I fail so much before I'm 30? And just this feeling of being ashamed and not being able to talk about it. And, it's totally changed now, because now when I talk about my bankruptcy story, it's over 10 years ago. And now I know that God was guiding me, and God was like showing me, yes, I failed with money. Yes, after years, I realized that, it wasn't just me, it was millions of people that struggled during that time. But at the time, I didn't see that. I just thought it was me and being irresponsible. And yes, I was in my 20s. So I do take some blame for that too. But the housing just totally ballooned, and we lost our house and all of this craziness. But anyway, I truly believe I use art to heal. And so painting these little surfboards, I took some wood from my sister's house. We were living in an apartment, and I just kind of, hand sawed the, surfboards with this little saw she had. And then I started painting these designs on them. And what happened was I would take them to school where I was teaching, and kids would see them and they're like, oh my gosh, Miss Easley, you got to paint me one. And I'm like, okay, great, blah, blah, just kind of like blowing them off. And then, I taught 850 kids a week. So by the 150th kid saying like, Miss Easley, you got to paint me one, it like really hit me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the light bulb went off. And I thought, oh my gosh, I could probably make some money at this and get my family out of this hole. So, fast forward, I taught tell my mother-in-law about it, my husband, of course, and my mother-in-law's like, we'll go 50-50, because we didn't have anything, right? We were in an apartment. We sold everything we owned. I think I had switched 2 or 3 cars, because I couldn't keep them, and I just didn't have the money for it. And, my husband lost his job, just, all of the things that can happen, the perfect storm. And so she's like, we're going to go 50-50 and we'll help you get it started. And so, here we are, we're like, sawing these surfboards, like literally, it was just like a factory in my mother-in-law's backyard. And we set up at this place called Pier Park in Florida, in Panama City Beach. And we, I have everything ready. I have some designs ready. Like, I am ready, thinking my life is going to change. Like, this is the start, right? And then nobody is buying my stuff. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, what is going on? And nobody's buying it. And let me see if I can stop share for just a second. Yay, there we are. Okay, just for a second. Now I'll go back to the slides. But, it was like literally, thinking, oh my gosh, nobody's buying. And my mother-in-law like senses my frustration, and she's like, okay, Heidi, let's go get a drink. Cause what do you do when you fail and you fail and you fail again? You go get a drink at Buffalo Wild Wings. So we walk across the street to Buffalo Wild Wings, and she's buying me a shot, and then I drink the shot, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, this was my plan B, and it's not working, and I'm still a loser. Like, this doesn't work. And another shot in, I'm like, I can't believe this is happening, because when you're in your 20s, you think like you fail and you're done. Like, that's it. You've been cooked, you're done, right? And so here I am just thinking that life is over and there's no way out, and I totally failed, and I have this toddler to take care of, and just done for. And then everything changed when my husband called. So he calls me and he's like, Heidi, get over here. We have orders. And I'm like, you are lying. You're lying. That's not true. And he's like, Heidi, listen to me. Get over here. We have orders. And so I look at my mother-in-law like a deer in the headlights, and I'm like, he says we have orders. And she's like, go, go, go. So she pays the tab. And if I'm honest, I tipsily walk across the street, because it's right across the street from where I was set up. And I look at my husband, and he's got these paper tickets, and he's holding all these paper tickets like this, and he's got them, and he's like, Heidi, he goes, get to painting. And it was this moment where, I knew, like, he's holding them, and he's like, get to painting. And I just look at him, and in that moment, I was flat on my face, like, on the ground, thinking nothing would ever get better. And then it was like at that moment, like God just scooped me up and just catapulted me up and just gave me this unshakable confidence that not only are you going to be okay, not only does God have my back, but you're going to be okay doing what you love, which is painting, which is what I've done since I was 14. And so here goes, I'm painting, I'm a little tipsy, but I'm just smiling and laughing and painting these surfboards, thinking it's going to change. Like, I had hope again. And is there anybody in the comments that maybe has lost hope, and you just want that hope back? And it is biblical. It talks about God wanting us to have hope, and how that can really, change us, and how that hope can give us this sense of drive, and how that hope can make us take inspired action. And so here we go, we end up painting in just 2 months, working 3 days a week. I painted over 1,000 hand-painted surfboards. And this was the girl that couldn't even finish a painting in a year. I mean, it took me a year to finish a painting. And now I'm painting 1,000 surfboards in less than 2 months. My friend would come up and help me. Family would help me. They'd get the base coat stuff. And then I would, rush over there and paint the names. And I knew every single surfboard was $20 towards my future. And so we went on to sell over 1,000 surfboards in just 2 months, which meant my slow painting skills had to paint 1,000 surfboards, which meant we had to sand and saw 1,000 surfboards. But that bankruptcy taught me so much about myself. And it taught me that God always has our back. He always has a plan. I never in a million years would have thought I would be sitting here talking to you wonderful people about my bankruptcy story. But it just goes to show you that God uses different things to happen for people. And it's just another step, taking that next step. So I, take a much needed trip, much needed move back to Texas, where I was from. It's kind of hard to sell surfboards in North Texas. So then the paint party business started again. So here we are back at the paint party business. So I just wanted to share that a little bit with you, to know that I've done it all. I, taught full-time, teaching paint parties full-time. I did not quit my full-time teaching job till I knew I could consistently bring in enough paint party money to replace my teacher salary. I was working in Frisco ISD at one of the best school districts that, and I loved. I had a room with a window. I mean, if you're a teacher, you know what that means. And I just really wanted to make sure I was doing the right thing for my family. So what I've learned here is if you work smarter and only focus on the things that will make you a profit, every party is way easier, okay? And so what I promise to you, listen to what I'm going to teach you today and make progress right away. So here's what I did wrong, and it led me to total exhaustion. So I was chasing every party. What I teach people in Paint Party Headquarters and what I'm teaching you tonight is to not chase every party. Now, if you are in a position where you're like, you're not working, maybe you're retired and you really like just want the money coming in, then by all means go for it. But if you're working full time, try to focus on a couple of the tips I'm going to tell you tonight to get the most out of it so that you're not this, crazy person working full time, teaching Paint Party full time. Like there is a better way to do this, okay? So when we're done today, you're going to know what you need to get started. You're also going to know the newest way to book a paint party fast. And some of y'all have taken this challenge, and I can't wait to hear in the chat if you did. And then you're also going to know how many parties you need to make a big difference in your life. And it's really not as many as you think. And so I was making money, but I was doing it the hard way. So post in the comments, can you relate to being the busybody? Okay, I'm looking in the chat now. Yes, people are saying, yes, I need hope. Yes, hope is serious business, guys. It is hard when you don't have hope. Anybody in here is super busybody? I am definitely one of those people. Like it's hard for me to sit still. Yes, a new friend has been telling me to take inspired action. Wow, I had lost hope, but I'm regaining it fast. Yes, guys, hope is biblical. I wish I had the scripture here with me. We did, in Paint Party Headquarters, we do an optional prayer and gratitude meeting, and one of them was based on hope, and I have it written in my journal in the other room, but it made me so happy to know, like, God wants us to have hope, like how much can we do? I know there's days when the hope has faded, and it almost puts me in this depressed mood, right? But when I have this hope of like excitement, and even if I'm moving forward just a little bit, even if I'm making just a little bit of progress, the amount of hope that gives you and the amount of just, wanting to do more, or the inspired action we talked about, that stuff really makes a difference. So can you relate to being the busybody? I was the person that was going to every single paint party possible, and it was running me ragged. I remember on Sunday nights having to go to work full time again, teaching 850 students. And I would just, my body physically was aching so much. And I would be laying on the couch crying, thinking, I cannot do anymore. I was just so overwhelmed. And it's because I was basically working 2 full-time jobs. I was doing full-time paint parties and full-time teaching. There is a better way. You can still work full-time and then do 1 paint party a month and still make a big difference for you and your family. So I want you to do it differently. I want you to take action through fear. So I want you to make a promise. I want you to make a promise tonight that you'll just be open, okay? So put pinky promise if you're in. I want you to make a promise that you will take action through fear this week, okay? I know you're scared. I know you are scared. I'm scared too. And I have openly talked about my struggles with anxiety. Guys, I know you're scared and I know that fear, but fear is a liar. That song that I love so much, fear is a liar. And I want you to say pinky promise or put I promise that you're going to take action through fear this week, okay? You're going to take action through fear, and I'm going to be showing you some steps. So here's one of the things people say. I get messages like this all the time, and it just makes me want to scream. People say, people won't pay $35. My town is too small. And I'm like, yes, they will pay $35. They will. Thank y'all in the comments for saying promise. Okay, we got some pinky promise on here. Oh, and fear has no hold on me. Amen, Rachel. Okay, so people say people won't pay $35. My town is too small. Okay, so I'm talking not only about the strategy, I'm also going to talk to you about how you can get started right away. So it is so, so true. Guys, people will pay $35. That is the going rate for paint parties. That's the low end. You don't want to be a paint party that's $15. First off, you're going to run yourself ragged. You're barely going to have a profit. And secondly, when you see something that's way too cheap, don't you kind of get like if you're going to get your hair cut and you're like $12, and you want to get like something really nice. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but when I'm getting my hair cut, if it's $12, I'm like, I don't think so. Like, I don't think I'm going to do that. So think about that with your service too. Yes, Flo says, people are asking for 15. No, unless it's a kids party, Flo, do not do 15. Kristen says, I just asked 25 for my first one. 25 is what I started with, but I quickly moved to 30, now 35, and now I do 40 and 45. Kids parties, I do 15 to 20. And sometimes I have a $30 party that's like a double, which we go into that into Paint Party Headquarters. So remember to stay tuned. We're going to have a bonus guide seat filler, so don't miss out on that. Okay, so this is another thing people say. My town is too big. I already have a painting with a twist in my town. What if they know I'm not the best painter? Oh my gosh. So if you are nervitis to start, we talked about nervitis earlier. Post in the comments if you have any other reasons why you are nervous to start. Okay, go ahead and post that. Kristen says, I'm in the Northwest now and it's not common here. Well, you got an open market, girl. You are ready to roll. That is awesome news. But another thing too, people who say, I already have a painting with a twist. Guys, I have a painting with a twist less than 2 miles from me on one way. I have a board and brush that is less than probably half a mile from my neighborhood. And here is the thing, guys. I teach you a different way. As you heard before, me and my daughter travel all the way to South Florida. I'm not saying you have to drive 20 hours for a paint party, but I am saying that there are very creative ways to not be a sitting duck, okay? Do not be a sitting duck. And I want you to also say another promise for me. This one's big. Anytime I look at my calendar and I usually like to have about, maybe 2 to 4 paint parties a month now, because again, I like to try to get bigger parties or have them in the same location so it's not as overwhelming. So how many of y'all out there, like you might look at your calendar and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I have no income coming in. I'm freaking out. So when I look at my calendar, my income's my paint parties. So when I go to look at my calendar and there's no paint parties, I'm like, oh crap. I mean, I need to get this going, right? So my thing here for you is to make sure that you are stopping. And I do this every time. I stop first and I pray for God to show me opportunities. Now, if you are a person who prays and you're on here, do a promise for that. Pray for God to show you opportunities before you start getting in a frantic, because I'm not saying this out of pointing fingers. I'm saying this because I have been the frantic person more times than I would like to admit. And now I know that it's okay. Now I look at my calendar. If it's empty the next few months, I go, God, show me opportunities this week. And then I take action. I don't just hope that magic is going to happen and miracles are coming, but I also take action and I do exactly what I'm going to show you to do tonight. You have got to put fear aside to take action anyway. So the more paint parties you do, the easier it will get, guys, I promise. So if you're looking for ease in your business, focus on just one step at a time. So many people think that they have to have all the marketing strategies done at once. No. Make it easy at first. Then you can add on. Another thing, teaching paint parties. Krista says, is your llama party on Facebook? I want it to be fun like the one I heard. The llama party is in Paint Party Headquarters. So I filmed the entire llama party from start to finish, and it's available for all of you that are joining or already in Paint Party Headquarters. I share so much information in that group. I will literally do something, and if it doesn't work, I am on a Facebook Live in Paint Party Headquarters telling them, do not do that. It was a disaster. So I am very open. I feel like I'm always like the guinea pig trying to test the newest marketing strategies so that I can transfer those onto you, again, to make things easier for you. Angie says, Heidi, you're an answer to my prayers. Blessings. Oh, thank you, Angie. I just really want y'all to help. Regardless if you join Paint Party Headquarters or not, I want to help you because, like I said, it is about getting people off their phones for 2 hours and making the world a little bit more peaceful in the way that we can do this. You know, we're not teaching fine art. We are teaching fun art. But in order for us to teach fun art and to get people off their phones and get people connecting, we have got to have people all over the world teaching these paint parties. And again, you don't have to teach a bazillion parties to make a difference in your family's life. Teaching 1 to 2 parties a month will do wonders. You will be surprised. I just taught a party, the party I just did recently, it was almost $1,000. So you can make a lot of money in just one party. So teaching paint parties does not require a degree. You do not have to be the best painter in the room, okay? What you do need is you need minimal supplies and passion. Again, I talked about this earlier on my Facebook Live. If you missed it, when we did the happy birthday party for the 1-year anniversary at Paint Party Headquarters, we have over 200 members in there and are growing. The doors are open this week only, and then we won't open again until September to the public. So in there, I talk about, like, I used to think I had to have all these paintings painted. I had to have all of these supplies. It's not true. Sometimes you need to slow down in order to make progress. So you concentrate on the right things to do in order to make progress. So here, what you really don't need is a whole wall full of paint. Okay, so here's part of my art studio. It actually is filled up. It looks a lot prettier now. But you don't need that. You do not need that. Again, I teach a profit every party. I don't even go buy supplies until I have prepaid painters. So again, that is the thing I am trying to tell you. You don't have to have 500 designs ready. You don't have to have paint and brushes out the wazoo ready. My first paint party was me grabbing a bunch of random brushes from my art studio. Nothing matched. I had no easels. I had no smocks, none of that. What you really need is not a degree or a certificate. It's not about that. I technically have my degree in communication, which is marketing. I have my minor in psychology. I have my associates in art, which just basically was a couple painting classes. I did go back because I was an art teacher for 10 years. I did go back and get my certifications to teach art, but it wasn't intense art classes. It was more about teaching me how to teach people. So guys, nobody has ever once asked me if I need a degree to teach this. Again, we are not out there trying to create an art academy class. We are teaching a fun experience, okay? It's totally different when you get it out of your head that you're there to teach this serious art class, and you start thinking of it as, I am creating an event for people to come craft, for people to come have this fun experience. Now, being an art teacher, I used to be like, I am not a crafter. I mean, I would like tell my husband, we are not doing crafts in here. This is art. This is serious art, and then I started realizing, like, I couldn't even reach the kids because I was being so uptight. I couldn't reach the kids because I was being so like, this is this and this is this. And then once I started adding the fun to it, these kids fell in love with art. And what I know is that people can learn anything if they want. They can learn anything. There's so much information out there. But what people really struggle with is what to do first. They don't understand how to make it happen. And so what I want to just really show you is that you just need to have passion, and you need to be willing to learn. Be willing to learn about this. So meet Brenda. So Brenda, we call her Aunt B. She is a grandma, and she actually had only painted 5 paintings before she ever started teaching paint parties. She just really thought this would be a great way to start teaching paint parties and earn some extra money. And she actually earned an extra money to create a passion project, which was a book she wanted to write that she had been wanting to write for a long time. So she put all her extra paint party money together to create this book, and now she's actually a published author and sells this book, and it's just a testimony to her life. I love this about her because I actually, when me and Pixie go, this is Pixie, my daughter, she's hugging. when me and Pixie go to Florida, we usually stay with her. And I remember going to her house the first time, and I was like, man, there's only one stop sign. Where are you getting all these people? Because she was having these huge church events. And I'm like, where are you getting all these people? So sometimes even a tiny town, you have bigger amounts of people. So I think all of the things you think, well, there's a painting with a twist in my house, or in my house, there's a painting with a twist in my town, there's too many people doing it, blah, blah, blah. Or on the other side, Brenda could have said, well, there's nobody here, I only have one stop sign. I'm telling you, it works in both places every single time. I've seen it time and time again. And so let me know in the comments, do you have a passion for this? Put yes if you do. And then the second thing, do you have this nervitis feeling in your stomach? So if you have this nervitis feeling in the stomach, you are ready to go, because that means you are excited about what's to come. And post in the comments if that's a yes. We have a lot of yeses. A nervous feeling for sure. It's okay to be nervous. It's totally normal. I know anytime I feel like God's about to move me to doing something different, I get this stomach feeling of like, oh my gosh, that's going to be really scary. Like, have y'all got that where you're like, it's going to be exciting, but it's going to be scary. And oh my gosh, I don't know the outcome, right? So this right here, number 2. So messaging is the newest and best way to book a paint party fast. Yes, the butterflies in the stomach. You're in the right place, Linda. You got the butterflies in the stomach. So number 2, messaging is the newest and best way to book a paint party. Okay, I want y'all not to tell everybody this. So post in the comments if you took this challenge, all right? So basically what it was, over the past few days, I have been giving you access to these 3 videos. It's called Paint Party Revolution. I only show the videos for about a week, and then I take them off the interweb. I take them off of YouTube. I take them off of my blogs. So they're only available for a few days, about 10 days to be honest, and they will be taken down on Thursday. So if you've not seen them yet, go to texasartandsoul.com/blog, and you'll be able to see these videos. So the newest and fastest way to book a paint party, basically you pick 5 restaurants in your area or country clubs or anything like that, and you simply say, hi, you message them. Oh, good, she watched them and said they were amazing. Thank you, Christy Lee. You basically say, hi, my name is, for example, Heidi. I'll say Helen. Hi, my name is Helen, and I teach step-by-step paintings to groups. I would love to come to your restaurant and teach on I'll repeat this because I'm saying it weird, on a slow night. Do you have time to talk this week? Thanks. Send. That is it. When I first started this business, I would send paragraphs. I'd send pricing. I'd send examples. I would send, my mother's maiden name. I'm just kidding about that one. But literally, I was just like word vomit. And people are in a fast-paced world, and they cannot take all of that information at once. So it is so important that you just do that one simple thing, okay? So if you have not done the challenge yet, I challenge you tonight, double dog dare you, to send it to 5 restaurants. All you do is go to your local Facebook, you go to your Facebook page, type in the title of your title of your city, you type in restaurants, and then you pick 5 of them, you message them, only 5, because Facebook will put you in Facebook jail if you start to message more than 5. And you just say, hi, my name is, whatever your name is, I teach step-by-step paintings. I would love to come teach at your restaurant on a slow night. Do you have time to talk this week? Okay? Those of you that downloaded the Dropbox thing that we had in the link, I believe that is in there. So you really want that. It is so, so important. And Christy says, I love your video. I messaged 10, 5 a day, and unfortunately nothing yet. So Kristen, what you want to do is you want to pick another 5, okay? So pick another 5, and then you want to try it again. I hope I'm saying this right, like Leah, and messaged, emailed, and called 16 venues in the past 3 days. Oh my gosh. And from country clubs to restaurants to assisted livings, 1 nibble so far. Awesome. Here's the thing I can tell you. Now, after over 7 years, Tequila La Quila. Thank you. I will get it right now. Tequila, writing it down. Tequila La Quila. Tequila La Quila. La Quila. Got it. Thank you. Here's the thing that I do know. The people who make it long term, for example, I have been consistently teaching paint parties for over 7 years now, consistently. And the people who really make it are the ones that are constantly changing their marketing, constantly not giving up. For example, my friend in paint party headquarters named Noelle, she booked a restaurant party, 0 signups. She did a few marketing tweaks, did a different painting offer. The next time she had 20 and she sold out. So that's a place that she's going to every single month now. Guys, here's the thing. Between September 20th and December 20th, you can make an entire year's salary in those few months. But guess what? If you are not setting the groundwork right now and all you have is forwards of cat videos, nobody's going to take you serious when it comes time for September through December, okay? I love cat videos like the rest of you, but it is so important that we are making our business pages and our Facebook pages look like we care about this stuff. It just gets me every time. Sometimes in paint party headquarters, I'll do like a Facebook audit where I'll go into y'all's pages and look, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you've got to put, a profile picture up. You can't look like you might be, a crazy person. Like, you have got to make sure you have those things set up. And sometimes it's just the simplest things, but it makes all the difference in the world, because I can guarantee you those people that you message on Facebook are quickly taking a look at your profile. And if all you've done is forwarded, political posts or, cats, playing on a vacuum or whatever the case may be, they're probably not going to take you serious as you're the one they want in your restaurant. So if you ever go to Heidi Easley and look at my Facebook page, personal page, or Texas Art and Soul, you are going to immediately know that this girl is about painting. So here's something really important I want you to put in the comments. Let me know which one you are. I'm going to take a drink real quick, just so I don't lose my voice. And then I want you to tell me in the comments, okay? So which artist you are and why this is important, because we have got to know where we are starting before we can ever know where we want to end up. There's so many people. It's kind of like getting in a car and driving, on vacation. You got to know where you're at, and you got to know where you're going to get to the steps to get there. So let me know, are you a hopeful artist? This means you have a strong desire to learn more about painting. Maybe you are brand new like Brenda, and you are like, this is something I want to try, but I'm not really sure how. You may or may not have any experience. You know the power of art heals, and you believe God is the ultimate artist. Now, I feel like, with him being the creative entrepreneur he is, and then he's, passed this to us and given us this, creativity that we can tap into. Dreaming artist. This is dreaming what life would be like with more time to create. And you imagine life with the possibility of owning your own business, and you're excited about having control of your schedule. And so who is a dreaming artist? Put that in there. And you can be more than one. Number 3, are you a confident artist? You're painting at least once a month. You're proud of your art. You know the managers of local craft stores, and you know the names. I'm always like, hi, like everybody knows me. They're like pointing me to the sale items. And you want to paint on everything. You don't even care if you're painting for free. You just want to paint on everything. Oh, you want me to paint your wall? Yes. Oh, you want me to paint this? Yes. And you feel a sense of belonging to a community. Or are you the techie artist? You're comfortable posting art on social media, Facebook Live showing new techniques, and you're eager to create marketing materials. You're excited to show others online what they love, and you understand the power of Facebook. Is anybody on there? That one. And then the last one, this is where I'm getting you to. You're a money-making artist. You are making money teaching paint parties. You are excited to see the money in the bank. You understand all the ins and outs of making a paint party business successful, and you know how to rinse and repeat that process. It's one thing to have a paint party once or twice. It's another thing to do it year after year after year. So which artist are you? Hopeful, dreaming, confident, techie, money-making. Helen says, don't understand the power of Facebook. Yes, Helen, Facebook has built my business, so I am very, very big on teaching you how to do that. So here's what happens. So here's just a couple of things that people, when they took the challenge. So a few pics from party last night. I had 30 in our local restaurant party, and that was the largest one for me. I learned a lot, and I know I keep saying this, but thank you, Heidi Easley, for giving me the directions and tools I needed to take my business to the next level. I noticed that having multiple choice was a huge plus. Many people are coming back to next week's party to paint a different painting. Another lady says, just booked 3 paint parties at a local restaurant. So excited. Another lady says, thank you so much, Heidi Easley. I went straight to my top pick restaurant, set up a weekly party. I am so pumped. They told me that their price to rent the room, and I remembered what we had learned. I told them that I am looking to be exclusive with one restaurant in my area, and I wanted to find someone to collaborate with me so we both win. They said immediately, of course. So if I can do this, anyone can. That's just a few of the results. I want y'all to meet Sarah. So check out the snapshot. She says, this is what Sarah said. Check out the snapshot of one of my painters captured. That's me, pure joy. Not sure if I've ever seen myself with this expression. 1 hour prior, I had just completed the cookies and canvas painting event for my middles. She teaches middle school. Then hit the road in rush hour traffic for 40 minutes to take my monthly restaurant event. So here again, she's driving 40 minutes to do a restaurant event. Thank you, Heidi, for helping me move my passion into a business at a not so great time in my life. It is due to our genuine faith in God and your gift of encouragement. This expression is your fault. What I could have missed out on. Now, that one brings tears to my eyes because seeing her face, I mean, it's just so much fun. I can be so anxious and so worried about myself or what's going on in my own life or my own, health struggles or my own family struggles. And then once I'm at a paint party and I change it to service about them, it's almost like there's this total peace that just comes over me. So those of you that maybe you're nervitis, just know that once you get through those nerves, it is amazing to do this and also to be paid very well for this. And here's some more restaurant wins. I had my paint party at the PDQ restaurant last night. I considered it my first official paint party. I was pretty nervous, but it was a very small group and went really well. They loved the thankful pumpkin. I printed out the stencil for the thankful writing, and they used carbon paper to transfer the design. Then went over it with a permanent marker. It worked like a charm, and they were amazed at how easy it was. Thanks so much for the project, Heidi. That was from Luann. And again, in Paint Party headquarters, you get painting rights to my designs. And with us being open a year now, you have a ton of designs ready for you to go. Just remember, if you do join Paint Party headquarters, you have rights to all of this stuff as a member. But it's kind of like if you are at the YMCA, if you cancel your gym membership, you don't get to take the treadmill with you. So remember that as a Paint Party headquarters member, you get rights to that stuff while you're a member. But if you do, things change and you do need to cancel, remember, it's not like you get rights to it for, eternity. It's just while you're a member. Restaurant paint party. Owner was pleased, wants another one next month. That's from Cindy. And this one says, warning, gratitude moment ahead. I just landed another monthly paint party in my community, so no commuting. New owners of a nice local farm to a table restaurant with an empty loft above for private groups and excited to have me help drum up business on those quiet nights in the winter here in the freezing cold Minnesota. I sent a Facebook message first, introducing myself with a link to my business page. Then he messaged back and it said it sounded great. Then I procrastinated. Does anybody procrastinate here? Put in the comments if you're a procrastinator artist. I'm one too, so don't worry. Then I procrastinated all day because I don't like talking on the phone. I made a clear list of all my talking points for security, for mine, prayed, and then took the plunge. I'm so thankful. With my new my full-time teaching job starting next week, I've decided to minimize the private parties and attempt to create a following of painters at my regular monthly parties. I love my new adventure. So, wow, we have 16 people that we know of coming tonight to our restaurant. This is our local hangout. Started with 4 paid and registered, and it has exploded over the last day and a half. And only a few took advantage of the 5-day early registration, and one is a seat winner from a previous party. I smell a vacation. Side note, trying not to kick myself for not posting sharing on swap sites, which we teach about that in Paint Party headquarters. You better believe I will for next week's party. And the one on the 19th, we will also host an ugly sweater contest. Fun, fun, fun. That's one of our members, Janetta. So this can happen for you too, guys. All right, so number 3, you only need a couple of parties a month to make a big difference. So are you taking notes here, guys? Remember at the beginning, we talked about working smarter. Again, I was the same as some of these people are. I was running around ragged. I was working full time, taking parties of 6, parties of 8, parties of 20, parties of 4, whatever the case. And then I started realizing, man, I cannot keep this up if I'm going to do it that way. So you don't need so many parties to make a big thing. So I want you to think about something. How would you behave if you were the best in the world at what you did? I just want you to just kind of ponder that for a second. So how would you behave if you were the best in the world at what you did? So picture yourself right now, the best in the world at teaching paint parties. Would you have more confidence knowing that you're the best in the world at that? Would you have that confidence to send that message knowing that you're the best in the world at that? Guys, it is so important that we start thinking that way, because here's the deal. As you do a paint party, you're going to gain more confidence. The next time you do another paint party, you're going to gain more confidence. But you have got to start. Those of you that have, maybe been doing paint parties, but you're starting to, struggle, or maybe they're not going the right way. Again, it's all about marketing tweaks. And how would you feel if you just had finished teaching a paint party and you made a profit from your very first one? How would you feel? Lakila says, probably cry every day from gratefulness. Oh, I love that. Guys, I am all about a profit every party. I am not the person here that's going to say, go get, 20 easels right now. Go get a credit card and, put all this on a credit card. No, I am not that person. Remember, guys, I went bankruptcy over 10 years ago. We couldn't even get a credit card for a long time. And even now, I don't even like the fact that I have one. Guys, I couldn't even go get extra money if I wanted to. When I threw my first paint party, from the very first one, it was a profit. People didn't have easel. I didn't have easels and smocks for like 2 years, and it was okay. I just flew out to Florida last, I think, September to do a paint party. And because I was flying and renting a car and it was 65 people, I did not want to pay the extra baggage for 65 easels. So I planned my paint party with smaller paintings, and I just had everybody laying flat. So it is so, so important that you remember that. It does not have to be perfect when you first start, but it is about getting momentum. So if you want to be successful, I love this quote. If you want to be successful, find someone who has achieved the results you want and copy what they do, and you will achieve the same results. Okay, I'm going to repeat that one more time. If you want to be successful, find someone who has achieved the results you want and copy what they do, and you will achieve the same results. Okay, so feel confident. You never fail until you stop trying. So I am all about fail, fail, fail again. I mean, I literally let me see if I can do this and fail. Let me try and fail, because I am just like, the faster I fail, the faster I can get up and problem solve and figure it out again. And guys, it is so important to get over that. So important to get over that. Also have fun. Oh my gosh, this is a fun business. I have, taught art for, 10 years. Like I said, for 10 years, I was an art teacher, and it was fun, but it was so draining and exhausting. Having the ability to schedule when I want, having the ability, and most paint parties are not on Saturdays. Yes, I have a few, but most of my paint parties are during the week, so the weekends are clear. Just having fun during that. And then creating a profit every single party. So just to recap, when I first started my first paint party, I made $50 working for somebody else, to now consistently teaching paint parties of $350 to up to almost $5,000 in just one night. It is crazy how much money you can make doing this. Now, I'm not saying you have to do the big parties. Some people, that scares them and that's not their dream. Other people like me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want 200 people at a time. I want to teach, I have this vision of 500 people at a time. But that doesn't have to be your dream. You can make a huge difference in your family with just teaching 10 people. I mean, $350 extra a month, that's a car payment. So my goal for you is to have consistent paint parties with on-trend paintings, the newest up-to-date marketing strategies, and social media techniques to keep you teaching as many paint parties as you would like. And to get you there, this is where Paint Party Headquarters comes in, okay? So Paint Party Headquarters is and this is the 1 year anniversary. I know, we just did a birthday party on Facebook Live. And guys, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what it offers you. And I just saw Helen say budget is low to start. That is perfectly fine, Helen. I did not have a budget at all when I started. And remember this, I'm also going to be telling you the bonus guide seat filler. This is really, really important. And keep your questions coming. We're going to be answering questions here in just a second. So this predictable step-by-step method for teaching paint parties every month without confusion, tech overwhelm, or that what the heck to do next, what the heck do I do next frustration. That's what I'm helping you with, okay? So my specialty, seriously guys, is virtually holding your hand and helping you each step of the way. So I want you to meet Sue. She owns Brushes and Beyond. So basically, I changed her perspective from an art party to a paint party has changed her world. She books every month at local restaurants and has many repeat customers. And she's having a blast and making extra money too. And that's the thing, guys. So many of us think that it has to be this intense art party. It's not. It's totally different. When you get, and again, I was the person when I was teaching, I am not teaching a craft. There is no way I'm teaching a craft. Now I realize it's what's on trend. So here's a few of the painting tutorials. So these are all paintings that I have made money at in my business. And that's what I do. I find things that work and then I share those with you so that you don't even have to paint them before you book a party. Now, if you are brand new, of course, I recommend you doing the tutorial and getting some getting some skill with that. But I can't tell you the last time I've actually painted a full painting during a paint party. It's more about setting up the event. It's more about, having it ready. But I save you so much time in Paint Party Headquarters because you're going to get a marketing pack. It's, like an easy tip that you can do every month to help your business move forward. A social media hack, and you're going to get the community. So not only am I helping you, but you also every day you could post a question in this group, and we have over 200 women in there that are all teaching paint parties. This is a very it's not about doing commissioned art to a certain thing. It's not about me trying to teach you how to do fairs or festivals. This is highly focused on me teaching you how to do art parties, paint parties specifically. So this is what you get at a glance. So it's a monthly on-trend painting tutorial. This is a huge, huge time saver alert, guys. I give you a step-by-step video, a supply list mailed to you. It's emailed to you each month. You also get directions step-by-step and a tracer. And like I said, we have been, 1 year in, so there are a ton. Like you're going to go to the library when you join and you're going to be like, oh my gosh. I mean, all you have to do is drag and drop that puppy to your desktop, and then you have one that you can already go and offer. And you're going to get a monthly marketing hack of the month. So this is a huge time saver. In addition to some of the photos that I'm going to be able to give you to use directly for your business, you're also going to have different things that are working now. So it's not like every month it's just the repeat of the same stuff. No, I am like seriously, finding, okay, this works really great right now. Now we need to do this. Social media hack of the month. This is something you can do in 5 minutes or less. So those of you that are needing those tips and tricks, maybe you're really good at social media, but you're not being consistent. This is going to help you have a guideline. Monthly Q&A. Every month, I take an hour and literally just get on Facebook Live on Paint Party Headquarters. Shelly says, treat myself to Paint Party Headquarters for Mother's Day. Check, done. Woo-hoo. Yeah, that is a great present for Mother's Day. Yes, every month I literally just, show you stuff. I answer your questions. I do that once a month for a dedicated hour, but I can tell you, I do go in there more often and talk and give you information all the time. Like seriously, when these doors close on Thursday, my attention is totally focused on these women and helping you make a profit every party. A supportive community, connecting with like-minded artists that are creating artsy businesses. You are in a private group that is only for people who are in Paint Party Headquarters. And the coolest thing is, you'll ask a question. If you're stuck, you'll ask a question. Usually, 10 people have answered it before I've even seen it, because they're all doing this. And the coolest thing is we have all levels. So I think the reason and the part that really adds so much value is because every month you're getting the newest thing. You're getting another great thing, and you're getting the next thing that's on trend. And it's funny, last year, we had this truck and tree tutorial that I gave, and I cannot tell you how many Christmases that paid for people in Paint Party Headquarters, how many vacation stashes people put money away for their summer vacations. It was like the truck that just kept on giving. And this year I have 2 big surprises for Christmas that I have a special guest coming that actually is going to be doing her special surprise that's going to help you with your Christmas in July. And then also, which last year, that's all I did was Christmas in July. I think I did 5 paint parties all Christmas in July. And then your Christmas, I have this really awesome painting that will be released this year that you're going to have access to, and that I'm going to release in August. And guys, between those 2 designs alone, like you don't need a zillion different paintings to make a crap load of money. Between those 2 designs alone, I'm telling you, you will be booked out September 20th through December 20th. But you have got to lay the foundation. Again, you can't just forward cat memes, okay? You've got to lay the foundation and let people know you're doing this. And guys, I do not count on my family and friends for my business. If you go that route, it is going to be a very short route. The way I teach you a profit every party is to not just depend on your family and friends. Because if you do that, again, like I said, that'll work a couple times, but that's not going to work long term. And here I am over 7 years consistently teaching paint parties for over 7 years. And if I was only depending on my family, I would not be doing this still. Also, a gratitude and prayer meeting. This is optional, but I totally believe God is the ultimate artist and entrepreneur. And I believe that covering your business and prayer in your daily life and gratitude makes all the difference in the world. And so we have a gratitude and prayer meeting where we meet up. You can come, you don't have to come. I do like a very short little Bible study. Again, I am not a person who's sitting here saying I'm a preacher. I just do what God tells me to do. So my thing is we have, it's so fun. We have an alarm where everybody sets at noon every Monday, no matter where you're at in the world, because we have people all over the world in Paint Party Headquarters. No matter where you're at in the world, it goes off at noon. And we all just stop for 1 minute and we pray for each other. And I think that is the coolest thing. I'll be in like Dollar General sometimes or doing some errands, and it'll go off and my daughter's like, oh, we gotta pray, and we'll stop and we'll pray for everybody. So no matter where you're at, and everything is ready, it's like a Christmas present, or in y'all's case, it's like a Mother's Day present for your business, but it's every month. I mean, this can be written off in your taxes as a business expense. Not only can it be written off, it's less than 1 painter a month. This is the last time I'm going to be offering it at this price. The price will go up the next time I open the doors. So I want you to get grandfathered in at this price. Kristen says the power of prayer is amazing. Heidi, I love your prayer meeting idea. I have added Texas Art and Soul to my Monday, what is it? MWF, is that Women's Prayer Call List. That's so awesome. Oh, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm sorry. My eyes are like starting to cross. It's getting late. Monday, Wednesday, Friday prayer call list. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think it's so important that we pray for each other and we pray for each other's business because, again, we all have a mission in this world. And I truly believe my mission is to share God's love through art. But we can't do that if nobody knows about us or if nobody can be in this. So Paint Party Headquarters is a go at your own pace. It's emailed to you every month, and you also get access to the Paint Party Headquarters group. So this is Kelly. She has Listening to Your Heart Traveling Paint Parties. She just talks about so much confidence she has learned with this. So I'm going to show you just this is a 2-minute and 20-second video. And this is some of the women in Paint Party Headquarters. And I really just want y'all to listen to what's going on in their life. And again, it's only 2 minutes long.
About 3 or 4 a month. That's just about right for me for right now. And I really love it. And it's so much fun. And I feel like I finally found what I'm supposed to be doing.
I love that people come in and like they're scared, like I never painted before, I never had a paintbrush in my hand, this is going to come out horrible, you're going to have to do it for me. I'm like, don't worry, trust me, you're not. And by the end of it, like the hour and a half or 2 hours later, they are so excited and giddy that they can't believe that they were able to do that.
I thought, this is perfect, I can do this. Really, at the end, when they see that they actually accomplished it, which the end goal is not becoming an artist, but they actually get something out of it, camaraderie, socialization, and they go home with a nice piece of art that they created. So that's pretty cool.
I really needed like an outlet besides just watercolor, and I was like, how can I like do this on the side? Like, this is exciting. So I'm a special ed teacher by day, and so I needed some kind of like creative outlet outside of the school day, and making a little bit of extra money too. To go for it. Like I said, keep it small and just do something you're comfortable with, and it will grow with you.
How many do you think you've done just in 4 to 5 months?
Okay, not including the student parties, I've done, I think, 8 plus my practice party.
Awesome. That is so cool. I mean, you're already almost like a 2 a month.
Yeah, actually, I was just counting up what I have for November, and I have like 6 coming up, and that's just scheduled through the 15th of November.
I guess advice would just be brave. Don't be scared. Because honestly, most of the people that come into paint parties, they're nervous, they're terrified, and you're there to help and just make a relaxing environment. So I think most of the times fear paralyzes us, but be brave and just take that first step.
So those are just some of the women that are in Paint Party Headquarters that you're going to be meeting when you join. And I am so excited because it's so true. It doesn't matter, what age you're at, or if you're working full time, or if you're doing stuff part time, or if you're, stay at home mom, or you're retired, whatever the case is. And then of course, pray, paint, repeat. I love this. I talk a lot about that in Painted Prayers and joining our monthly gratitude and prayer meeting. And then here's just a few of our members. So these are members that have joined. Some of these members joined, on the year. And somebody just asked, when joining Paint Party Headquarters, do you have access to the past content as well as the monthly content? Yes, Angie, you have access to all of it. But I do warn you to not be overwhelmed, okay? So you're going to be so excited when you get in there because there is so much goodness. And Cindy, these are them at their parties. And Christy, a member since May of 2018. Suri, a member since July of 2018. And these are all Paint Party Headquarters tutorials that they have used that we gave them rights to. Yes, won't be overwhelmed. Yeah, you have got to not be overwhelmed. And then you're also going to see this. So when you join tonight, you're going to see once you click to buy, and then you're going to see access to this group. This is where so much goodness happens. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. And remember this, we talked about the bonus guide seat filler. and that's about to come up. So this is what's going to happen, guys. This is the fast action bonus time. So if you join me while I am still on this webinar live, you are going to get the bonus guide seat filler, okay? So it is $32 a month, and you can cancel at any time. So $32 a month, you can cancel at any time. And I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the description because I know some of y'all have, you might have Mother's Day evening stuff you need to do or getting ready for work tomorrow. But if you join before this webinar is over, you're going to get the bonus guide seat filler. And then I'm going to be answering questions. So you're going to have a little time to register for this fast action bonus. So it's $32 a month. Cancel at any time. This is the last time that I will offer this price. And the price is going up. Many people told me I should raise the price for this one. But here's the thing, guys. I just really wanted for this 1-year anniversary to give people a chance to get in and grandfathered at this price. So as long as you're in good standing and you don't cancel, you will keep this price. And yes, you will still get the bonus guide. So anybody who is registered, yes, you're going to get the bonus guide. And then here's everything you're going to get. So you have access to Paint Party headquarters. You get free access to our online community, all of creative business owners, free access to the Paint Party Backstage Pass, free access to our PayPal training, free access to our Facebook event page setup, our Frankensteining training, which is a training that I have, teaches you how to come up with your own paintings. Even though you don't really need them, I'll have them for you. You're going to have exact scripts for reaching out to venues, how to pick a business name training, guest painting instructors, prayer and gratitude meetings. You're going to have access to all past painting tutorials since the opening of Paint Party headquarters. It says, are we billed each month separately? So not yearly, all of it up front. And you can choose, Linda, if you do billing each month, it's $32 a month. If you choose to do the yearly, you get 1 month free. So then you can choose either way. Some people don't like stuff coming out every month, so you can always, just do the yearly and get a month free. Yes, Michelle, I do have access to discount stuff as well in that group. You're also going to get all the previous marketing packs, the previous social media hack trainings, access to build your business social media. You're going to get Q&A calls with our community, which I have tons of Q&A calls from past ones that, maybe you're doing laundry or you're working out. You can just play those. And then here's how it works. So basically you click on the link in the comments. I'm going to type it in there again in case y'all missed it. You click on the link and it's just basically sign up for either the $32 a month or you pay the year in advance and you get a month free. So however you want to do that is up to you. And then basically every month it'll be billed. And then if you decide you don't want to be in it anymore, you can cancel. For me, I think I did that privately. Sorry, Helen. I'm doing those privately to you. Let me see if I can do all to everyone. Sorry about that. I put it in the wrong one. Okay, yay, Trisha joined. That's awesome. Welcome, Trisha. I am so excited to welcome y'all. We are, again, like I said, the doors close on Thursday. So make sure, and you get the fast action bonus if you sign up before midnight tomorrow. And you also get those extra bonuses if you sign up before the webinar's over. It's the link in a different place from this chat. I just put it in the chat, Tina. Hopefully you saw that. I changed it. And then watch. So basically after you pay, you're going to get a confirmation email from me. If you don't get that, because it's set on automatic, if you don't get that, check your spam, because if it's not there, you need to let me know that you paid. In the email from us, then it's going to let you request to join the private Paint Party headquarters Facebook group. Again, it's like a Christmas present for your business every month that you can write off with your taxes. And then an extra bonus. So fast starter kickoff meeting. That's going to be if you sign up before midnight on Monday. And we're going to have coffee together via Zoom. We're going to be face-to-face on Tuesday, May 14th at 10 a.m. Central. So I'll be live answering all of your questions to get you started even faster. Another extra bonus, you're going to get the ultimate timeline of how to market your paint parties. So you're going to get the exact scripts, the teasers, the flyer examples, and the exact breakdown of how often to advertise the event. So I know a lot of y'all are using this kind of as like a Mother's Day present for yourself. Again, I highly just recommend, if you had that nervitis feeling like we talked about earlier, make sure you are going for this, because I'm telling you, it is so, so valuable to your business. And if I would have had somebody that helped me, if I would have had somebody that could have helped me over 7 years ago when I was trying to do this full time, I would have been way ahead of the curve, because my biggest thing was marketing, and my biggest thing was coming up with the newest designs. That was like the thing I really struggled with. Mary, I did that wrong. Hold on. It's www.texasartandsoul.com/PPHQ. So any of y'all that are trying to sign up while this webinar is going, and in just a second, we're going to bring Gretchen back on, and then she's going to help manage the questions for me. Okay, there's the link, Carla. Hopefully that'll work. TexasArtandSoul.com/PPHQ. So again, these are the things that you're going to get. And then, and the other things to be excited about. So I also bring in guest painters, because I know I have a certain style. So sometimes I bring guest painters to teach you, and they give you rights to their painting. I bring in interviews. I bring in Facebook ad strategies. I do member interviews. I love to do member spotlights where I actually interview you. I do Facebook critiques. I do Instagram trainings, discount on supplies. We have a certain section where it's just for y'all. Swipe files, which is basically like, exactly what to type into an email or to a text. Templates for flyers, insider tips, and much, much more. So join now, and then you'll get another bonus. So an extra bonus. It's a step-by-step, minute-by-minute guide of what you're going to do during a paint party. So no guesswork, okay? Oh, we have Cindy that just joined. Congrats. And how long after you register do you get access to Paint Party Headquarters? So I, and along with one of my virtual assistants, will be helping get you put in as quickly as possible. So of course, be a little bit nice to us whenever you join, just to give us a few periods of grace here to get you all in, but we will try to get you in as fast as possible. When you get access to try to join, make sure you answer those questions, because it's going to say, what email did you use to sign up? And if you put the email, then I can easily, me and my VA, we can easily track it and get you in there faster. Yes, Amy, you will get the bonuses. You did not miss them. Diana says, I just joined Answer to a Prayer. Oh, I'm so glad. So again, that's all the stuff you get, only $32 a month. It's like a Christmas for your business every month. And literally, guys, this will be the last time it's offered at this price. And the extra bonuses you're getting, the Fast Starter Kickoff Meeting. If you sign up before Monday night at midnight, you're going to get 3 fast action bonuses, which a lot of you have already signed up. So you're going to get these fast action bonuses. You're going to get the coffee with me on Tuesday. This is January. That's wrong. That was whenever I said it in January. It's going to be fast action coffee with me on Tuesday on May 14th at 10 a.m. You're going to get the ultimate timeline of how to market your paint parties, the exact scripts, teasers, flyer examples, and the exact breakdown of how to advertise the event. You're also going to get the step-by-step, minute-by-minute guide of what to do during a paint party. I have it all laid out for you. So the bonus seat guide, don't forget, if you're still on the call, we're going to have that. So here is how much it is. So $32 a month or $352 for the year, and you get 1 month free. So Lakeela, I had to look at my tequila. Lakeela is trying to make me sign up for PayPal. No, you can use your credit and debit card. Right under PayPal, it'll say use your credit and debit. So you can use that instead. You don't have to use PayPal. So it's decision time. Here is how it goes. Okay, decision number 1, you can either skip Paint Party Headquarters and likely be in the same place this time next year. Or decision number 2, you can 100% commit to building your paint party business so that you are making a profit every party. Again, I am the person that will tell you to not go buy the easels right now, to not go buy the aprons. I mean, if you have the extra money and you're ready for that, go for it. But seriously, guys, I have done a profit every single party, and that is what I teach. Again, my paint party's coming up this month. I have one on Tuesday. Those payments are coming in. I haven't bought any of the wood for that yet. Again, I teach wood designs, canvas designs, door hanger designs, all of those things. Oh, thank y'all for joining. So we have Kathleen just joined, Vanessa just joined. Thank y'all so much. I cannot wait to get to know y'all better. And then it's Q&A time. So just remember the fast action bonus, if you join before the webinar is over. And I just wanted to say a couple of the things here people talked about. So, you know, Margaret, she's in our paint party headquarters. And I asked them, I said, what are the things that you like most about paint party headquarters? And here's just a couple of them. She says, the sense of community, all of us experiencing and learning at the same time without any competition. It's magical. Generously sharing ideas and designs as friends do. Small and big tips shared are really valuable, and Heidi is fueling it 100%. Elise says, I agree with all of the above. Funny, I had just written you a thank you card, Heidi Easley. There's a warmth in this group that the world needs. We all need. Years ago, I planned to start a way for women to connect and support each other, and I am a big fan of Paint Party Headquarters. The encouragement to shine is wonderful, with everything we need to succeed with paint parties in one place. Sarah says, the quick responses from our mentor, Heidi Easley, and all the mentees when we are in a jam needs feedback or encouragement. Charlotte says, guidance, encouragement, and there are no silly questions. That is so true. Debbie says, the sense of community that Heidi has created and oversees is a bonus on top of what she teaches. So join Paint Party Headquarters today, guys. Here's the link, but I also have it. Flo says, I'm excited to have a mentor. Flo, I am excited to mentor you. I am telling you, if there would have been somebody out there like me teaching all of this, I would have been so happy for the shortcut. So we're going to get Gretchen on, and we are going to, oh, welcome, Debbie. So glad to have you. We're going to get Gretchen on. Let me see if I can do this stop share and get Gretchen on. Let's see if it will work. And then she's going to ask some of the questions. Let's see, Gretchen, are you here?
I'm still here.
Yay! Can everybody hear Gretchen? I can hear her.
You guys still hear me? Heidi, that was amazing. I think everyone's heads are spinning.
It's so exciting, isn't it?
It is exciting.
Oh, I'm so excited for their paint party. So, yeah, so go ahead and ask questions. Let us know if you can hear Gretchen. Oh, we got a yes. And then Gretchen, if you want to just start asking questions, and I'll start answering.
Absolutely. I want to say a couple of things. I have a list going of people that have joined so far. Welcome to Teresa, Trisha, Christy, Flo, Shelly, Angie, Kristen, Debbie, Helen. I'm sorry, it's Christy Lee, Cindy, Diana, Kathleen, Vanessa, and I think it's E. Oswald. So
Yay!
far, that's quite a list, ladies. Yeah, it's so exciting.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get to know y'all more. Congrats.
Yeah, everyone is just having a great time. Couple things I noticed people had said that they were looking forward to a sense of community, that there was an empty nester in the group that was really excited to do something different, time for themselves. Some of the other questions that I noticed, somebody was asking about signing up. She wanted to know if you'd be giving information as far as signing up for whenever people wanted to sign up for events. I know that's a big thing with people, is how, when you create an event, how do you get people to sign up?
Oh my gosh, so we go through all of that. So basically, my job is to help you, again, have a profit every party, and to teach you from not only getting a party booked, which people think that's the hardest part, it's not. So getting a party booked to getting prepaid painters, and then we go through everything from creating the Facebook event to creating the page. You know, I am a big fan of Constant Contact because you don't have to have a website. So many people think I have to have a website. I mean, if you look at my website, it has nothing to do with scheduling a paint party. It's all about what we're doing tonight, right? And I still teach paint parties all the time. So it's all run a different way. So yes, I teach you all of that. So no worries.
That's awesome. A couple of the ladies, Lakila and Kathy, they're saying that they're not seeing the other option other than PayPal for the credit card.
Okay, so let me show you. I'll share my screen really quick, and that may help people. Let me see here. And I'll show you exactly where to go. Oh, and if you're not muted, where is the non-muted? Oh, there we go. I think I got it. I found it. we got one muted. Okay. So let me find it real quick and I'll show you exactly how to do it, okay? Because it really, you don't have to use PayPal to sign up. So what you want to do is, okay, so I'm sharing my screen. All you do is go to www.texasartandsoul.com/PPHQ and hit enter. And when you hit enter, it's going to bring you to this page, okay? So if you scroll down, you'll see we have 4 days left and 3 hours and 24 minutes until the doors shut again. The reason I do that, it's not that I'm trying to be a mean person. I do that because my attention literally totally focuses on my Paint Party Headquarters members. So you can click here. Let's say you want to do the $32 a month, or you want to do the $352 for the year, and you get 1 month free. So if you click on this, when you click on this, you are going to be able to choose not just PayPal. So if you want, see how it says subscribe using a debit or credit card? So choose this one if you're not wanting to use PayPal. So all you do is go to the left and subscribe using a debit or credit card. Basically, my engine to accept my payments is through PayPal, but you can still use a debit or credit card for that.
It looks like Lakila was saying to click that button. I think she's saying that button wasn't working.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah, she said to click it.
Okay, click the button. Let me share this screen. Okay, so when you click the button, it brings this up. So it still looks like it's coming from PayPal, but it's not. Okay, so it's going from your debit and credit. So this is where you'll put in your debit and credit card. So did it bring this part up? Because if not, you might want to like close down your windows and go back in, because it should bring this part up. See if that'll work. Okay, I did that, and after putting my card in, it was insisted on the PayPal. That one other question: will the text social media be available in a video immediately after purchase? Oh yes, we have a lot of tech stuff. You're gonna have access to the whole year, everything that we've done already, everything that we've done. Okay, what other questions are there? And I'm just gonna answer questions until we don't have any. So go ahead and ask.
Everyone is so excited about the marketing. It seems to be something that a lot of people want to know about. Somebody else had asked a little bit earlier, for your first paint party, I think it was Trisha, I'm not sure if she's still on, but she wanted to know what your recommendation was for the first paint party. If there was something you recommended, or do you have like a first example maybe to kind of ease them into it?
Yes, so when you get into Paint Party Headquarters, I'm gonna share the screen and show you, because I think you're gonna be a little excited about what is happening here. Okay, so when you're in Paint Party Headquarters, what we have done, and this is being added to all the time, so every month you're gonna get rights to a painting design, whether it's for me or a guest painter. But another thing is sometimes, besides the ones that I teach you, a lot of times if I'm working on other stuff, oh, here's somebody who posted. A lot of times if I'm working on other stuff, I will actually maybe say something like, okay guys, I worked on this, but you can have access to this too. So I see a lot of you are already asking to join. what we'll do is go through there and find you. But here's the great thing I want to show you. So if you went over here to photos, and if you're needing something to paint, if you go to albums, and here it says painting designs, rights to painting designs. If you click on this album, you are going to immediately have access to all of these paintings. And this is just part of them, okay? So let's say you want to do the mermaid tail, all right? So the mermaid tail, you would click here, and then all you would have to do, let's say you're going to do a summer party for this, you can just grab it, drag it to your desktop, and then let's say you're booking a summer camp, maybe for kids, or you're doing a mermaids only event, then you can take that, and the step-by-step tutorial, you just click on that and it goes to an unlisted YouTube video. So it's not just YouTube willy-nilly for anybody to see. It's for you and Paint Party Headquarters. So then you could literally take that. I have another, one that if people want to make it into a wreath, you could take this image. So that's the thing about being a time saver. So we had a guest painter come in, Jennifer, she came in and did this, Jennifer Chamberlain. Again, active members of Paint Party Headquarters have rights to this. So please, be respectful. Don't come in, join for 1 month and cancel and then feel like you have access to this for eternity. That's not how it works. It's like if you're a part of the YMCA and you quit the gym, you don't get to take the treadmill with you. So just keep that in mind. This spring bike has made a lot of money for people this spring. So you could take it, it's the video, if it has the tutorial, it's right there and it links you straight to it. Lots of really great things that you can immediately do. These welcome signs are huge right now. And again, it's step by step. Another really awesome thing that is being just updated constantly, when you go to photos, in addition to lots of other things, if you go to the albums again, these are event photos that you can use. So let's say you are just getting started, but your social media has only viral videos of cats, right? You could take this picture, around the holidays, the fall time, you could put this on your social media and say, hey, who's ready to paint a pumpkin? I wouldn't do that right now, but you could do a fun picture like this, or a picture like this. Hey, getting a paint party ready. What do you think? So it's just a huge time saver. That is just a very small part of Paint Party Headquarters. Another really great thing, besides the discussion where we're constantly just sharing and helping each other in this group with all of our questions, another really great thing is the units. So the units here are tons of things. This is everything we've had in the past year. So again, this is the 1 year anniversary. So you go through, you want to do the sunflower painting step by step. You want to do the spring bike. I have a whole section of live calls, live Q&As that you can go back to and watch them. So if you want to binge watch them, again, this isn't just the stuff I share on Texas Art and Soul on Facebook. This is like the tactical, the exact things you need to be doing. The live parties, interviews where I interview you in Paint Party Headquarters. I share those. Bonus time. I love spoiling my members. So there are so many bonuses that I give you, just random stuff that is going to help your paint party business. So everything is intentional to keep you moving forward. And that's really what it's about, is just being intentional and making it easier for you.
And Heidi, I have to say too, looking through that, last year we did one of Heidi's, it was the sunflower board, and I think it said blessing on it.
Simply blessed.
Yeah, simply blessed. That was it. And I had talked to Heidi about it, and she was so helpful because she told me what type of wood to buy, what size it was, everything that we needed for it. We had 30 women sign up for that class, and they had a good time. We're probably going to do it again this summer. So yeah, there's a lot of great ideas in there.
Yeah, that's another one that just keeps on giving. It's like some of those paintings, man, they just keep on giving.
Yeah. People love sunflowers.
Yes.
I do have a couple people, Lakila, I think, was also asking about having issues still with signing up. Do you want to have them, if they're still having issues after the webinar, do you want to have them contact you? It looked like they still were not getting in without PayPal.
Yes, if you're still having issues, I just put my email, heidi.easley@yahoo. And if for some reason it's still not going through, please email me at that and I'll help you out.
Yeah, she'll be able to help you out one at a time too. That might be a little bit easier. I did have a couple more questions came up. Somebody wanted to know if you had PDF templates to print out or the SVG files.
Yes and yes. So for example, let's say we're doing the, well, let me just show you. It's so much easier just to show you. So let's say, for example, here we have spring bike. Where was that spring bike at? Okay, so spring bike's right here. So not only are you getting the video tutorial, you're getting the marketing video tutorial for the spring bike, the marketing pack, flyers and images you can use, instructions, supplies, tracers, and images, and then a hand lettering video on how to do it. So I know not everybody has access to, for example, you know, a US cutter or a vinyl cutter. Not everybody wants to go invest in that. So I teach you how to do it with a cutter. I also teach you how to do this with just using the black carbon paper and tracing over it. And so you can see here, not only do you have the tracers for all of it, but you also have the step-by-step supplies you can download and the bike words. So you could use this as the SVG, or you could use this as just a tracer. Honestly, the last party I did with the bike, instead of printing them all out and doing stencils, I was kind of short on time. So I just brought the carbon paper and then had them use the white Posca pens, and it worked like a charm.
So pretty much you're giving them everything they need.
Here's the thing. If you are in the paint party business and you need to save time and you don't want to have to come up with the next thing, I remember so vividly this lady wanting a butterfly. And it was years ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm teaching full time. How am I gonna have a chance to, you know, paint a butterfly? And I was like frantically painting this butterfly, and I'd send her a picture, and she'd go, oh, that's not exactly what I'm looking for. So I'd frantically paint another butterfly and send her a picture. And so now and you know what? After I got the butterfly exactly how she wanted, that butterfly never sold again, ever. And so now after doing this for many years, I know exactly what sells and what doesn't sell. And I know what's on trend, and I'm always kind of ahead so I can get you the things that are going to be consistently making you money so that you can, you know, just book the parties and have the parties. You know, it's almost like your little library to go to, grab, pull, you know, post, do this, and it's done for you. It's like ready and done for you. So it's just really helped move people forward a lot faster, and I'm excited for it to do it for you too.
That's amazing. Shelly is so excited. She says she's not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
Shelly, I think we're gonna get along real good.
She had asked, I think I know the answer to this, but she wanted to know if the webinar would be able for replay if she wanted to rewatch it.
Yes, we had a limit. We had so many people sign up, and we had limited seating. So if people could not get into this webinar, I'm going to send it out in the morning so you'll have access to watch it again.
Wonderful. Yeah, I think there was a lot of information. I think it'll be good for people to go back and rewatch.
Yeah.
Glenda did say that she joined. She's excited to get started.
Yay, welcome, Glenda.
We had someone else ask if you teach, when you do your parties, do you teach step by step? Do you stand in front of the class and teach everyone step by step, or do they do their own individual projects?
Okay, so, and you'll learn a lot more about this in Paint Party Headquarters, but I cannot tell you the last time I've painted a full painting at my paint party. So usually what I end up doing is I'll say, okay, here's the first step. I'll show a little bit of a first step, and then I'll say, all right, and I crank up the music, and to me, it's more about serving these women and building relationships with them and having fun, because again, we are not teaching this fine art lesson. It's not like I have to be up there every moment going, you know, make sure you do this, make sure you do that, make sure, you know, it's a different environment. When you start to think about it this way, it's a party, it's an environment, it's an experience versus it being this fine art lesson. It just totally changes the game. And then you have so much freedom to do so many other things. Also in Paint Party Headquarters, we'll talk a lot about Painter's Choice events and how that has been very critical in helping me and a lot of other people fill their parties. So a lot of times, you might have a holiday party coming up. Instead of just offering one, maybe you offer 2 different designs. So now you have people who want this, but they didn't really want that, but now they want this, so they all sign up. So then you end up with these bigger parties because of that.
I think that takes a little of the pressure off of the person hosting the party too, because they're not having to follow you exactly step by step. You're giving them the freedom to do what they want to do, and you're guiding them, but at the same time, you're letting them be able to create their own thing. Takes a lot of the pressure off.
Yeah, and the step-by-step, along with those tutorials, you're getting a step-by-step PDF. So what a lot of the ladies in Paint Party Headquarters will do is they will print that, and then they'll hand that out to them in addition to, what we're doing. So if people are trying to go ahead, I've taught all the way up to, I don't recommend it when you're first starting, but I've taught all the way up to 5 paint parties in one night, like 5 different painting designs in one night. And again, I do not recommend that when you're first starting out. It can be very chaotic. But when you start to get used to this and you understand the process, and again, my goal and my heart for this is to just come alongside you, and anytime you get stuck, to help you. And I think that's why we have people who, even though they're successfully teaching paint parties, they're still here because they know I am constantly, investing in my education to learn the newest things happening on social media, the newest things happening on Facebook and Instagram, so that I can constantly teach you what is going on. So I am all about investing in myself and investing in what I'm learning so that I can still keep myself relevant, but also keep you relevant in this paint party business. Because guys, the people who give up, the people who are not willing to change their marketing, those are the people that will not continue. But if you just, stick with me, keep, I will say, do this. I remember one lady, it was so funny, Gretchen, and everybody watching, I remember she's like, I just kept trying it my way, and I kept trying it my way. And finally I just said, fine, I'll just do what Heidi said. And then it worked. And so now she's like, I'll just do what Heidi says. So it's just, I'm not telling you this to make you, run around the block just for fun. Seriously, guys, I have done all of this the hard way, the long way, the tiresome way. And I have finally figured it out, the shortcuts. And that's what I offer you in here is the shortcuts. We're busy. We're moms. We're working full time. We're doing, making dinner. We're doing all this stuff. We just need to know what paintings sell. And, I need the rights to them and do it. Like that is the point of this, is to make it fast and easy for you.
Congratulations and welcome to, forgive me for if I'm not saying it right. I think it's Sin. And she had a question. Let me go back. I missed her question. Oh, she wanted to know, which I know a lot of people are curious about too, is your online teaching. Do you talk at all about teaching online painting parties?
Okay. So there will be a bonus about teaching, like, are you saying like how to have like a paint party online?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So there is a bonus coming up this summer on how to host an online paint party. So I've done that in the past where I've, had everybody, get the same thing and we teach it online through like a Facebook Live. So there will be more information about that. And then I talk very, very much about doing Facebook Lives and how to build your audience through that, and also how to do Facebook Lives through your event page to get your numbers up on your head count for your paint parties.
That was another question somebody had about doing Facebook Lives on your event pages.
Yes.
So that's good. You're covering it all. We had somebody, one of our parties, we had somebody that she signed up and lived in another state, but her sister set the phone up and she was able to follow along with us sitting at her house. It was a canvas painting party. And she sat at her house and watched her sister paint and did it that way. So that was kind of fun.
That's awesome. It's like they bonded.
Yes, they did. And they were different states and far away, but it was a lot of fun.
That's so cool.
Let's see. A couple people are asking about other venues other than restaurants. Someone had asked about her garage. Someone had said she has another place in mind that's not a restaurant. Did you have any opinions on that?
Yes, I actually think I teach everywhere. I've taught in gyms, I've taught outside, I've taught at private birthday parties, I've taught in country clubs, churches. I still teach in all of those. Pretty much anywhere and everywhere people have tables and chairs. That's pretty much all you need. Actually, I take that back. I taught in a volleyball court one time, and we did everything on the floor. So really, you can teach anywhere. And my main thing for you is to think about, like, you know, if you book a restaurant but you're having trouble getting people there, start thinking about teaching at a country club or an activity center in a neighborhood where they already have a newsletter going out. They already have an email going out as a blast for the events coming up. That is really important, because when you're first getting started, and for example, I have a party that's happening in 2 weeks, I don't have to do any of the advertisement for it. I just get it all ready. I send the link to the concierge, the activities director, and she sends it all out and gets all of the people signed up for me. And I do Chick-fil-A parties. A lot of the people in Paint Party headquarters, we started doing Chick-fil-A parties. And it's like, it's so funny. We're like the Taylor Swift of paint parties. Seriously, it sells out in like 30 minutes. You know, they'll do one post, all the spots are full in 30 minutes, and all I have to do is show up for an hour, teach a party, and I get a check from Chick-fil-A. So there are so many opportunities. What people really struggle with is they struggle with, number one, the fact of just taking action. I think that has been one of the biggest struggles. People really get scared to take action. And then number two is just, you know, not being afraid to be creative. There are so many opportunities. I'm serious. When you stop and just like breathe and calm down and just, you know, pray like, God, show me some opportunities, you will be so surprised at how many things start to show up. And I'm serious, guys. I have had the highs and the lows. Gretchen knows this. You know, we've known each other long enough. I've had the highs, and the lows. And if anybody in business tells you that there is nothing but highs, they are lying through their teeth, okay? We actually, in Paint Party headquarters, we have a challenge called the Creative Account Challenge, where I challenge people to open up a account separate from their normal account. And I challenge them to just get it all set up. When they have a paint party, immediately transfer 10% of that over, whether they're using it for taxes or a vacation later or whatever they want to use it for. But the reason we do that is because we need to be able to see that this is making a difference in our life. You know, we can have all these paint parties, especially September, October, November, December. You can literally make thousands and thousands of dollars during those few months, because it's just so much. There's so many parties. Everybody's doing things. But the thing is I've found that the 2 months that always hit people hardest are August and January. Those are the 2 months of the year that it pretty much, you know, and last year I challenged myself and had a great August, because I was like, I am not doing that this year. I'm going to have a great August. And again, it was all about planning and making that happen. So I'm not saying you won't have a good January and you won't have a good August, but as a business owner, you will have this sometimes. That is inevitable. And so whether it's, you know, something mentally where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, I don't know what's going on, or whether it is, you know, tangible, like the money just didn't come in. That is why we do these challenges where we put that money aside. So when those months hit, it's not like, wah, wah, we don't have anything to go to. Like we've been kind of stashing it away, you know, like a squirrel, like just stashing it away so that we have that money to go to. So yeah, there are so many things like that that we teach, and we really get practical advice and just get to the point, because we're all out there doing this. We all know what, you know, the struggles there are with this. And I'm an encourager. I don't know if you know this about me yet, maybe you have by being on here, but I love to be your cheerleader and to help you, because again, I've been through all this and I know what it feels like. I know the mental game it takes to play this game consistently, again, for over 7 years. And so I want to be your cheerleader and help you through all those hard times.
That's awesome. Mary said she just joined, and she said she signed up for PayPal and she was able to get through the sign up process, and she is now a PayPal member as well.
Welcome. Oh, I can't wait to meet you.
Yeah, there is one question that I keep forgetting, and I hope whoever had asked it is still on. Somebody was asking about charging for a group. So if you have like Girl Scouts that come in, or the YMCA, or where the people individually aren't paying, how do you talk to them about what to charge, and how do you actually go through the charging process with them?
Okay, so sometimes I do different events where people are paying for everybody at once. I usually like to take a deposit, but it's not like a deposit where they have to pay again. It goes off of the amount.
Yeah.
So for example, I just did a party. You probably saw the llama for your mama party. So about 2 months ago, we set this party up. I do it every single year. And that's another thing. As you start to learn this, you start to have repeat customers. So there's, several different places that I go to either quarterly or every year, and it's the same people, and it just makes it so much easier. And then you just start sprinkling in those new clients as you do this. So it does get easier as you go. So it was a $300 deposit. So they paid me $300 a couple months ago. I got all the supplies ordered with that. Again, I didn't order a thing until I had deposit money. Then I get all the supplies, everything I need. And then they paid me the night of. So after we had the head count finalized, I think we ended up with 45 kids. Then they paid me the remainder of that amount. Girls, I've done a cheerleading group where one of the moms was in charge of it, and they just paid me one big check all together. And Chick-fil-A does the same thing. I get one check right after the end with all of the head count. So there's some where you're taking money individually, but then there's a lot of opportunities where you're getting paid one check from one person.
And someone asked about discounts. If you do a group, do you offer a discount for a group like that?
It depends. It's a case by case. So for example, I always like to have at least 10 people. If it's local, I'll do 8 people a party. And then again, if you're just starting out and you're trying to build your confidence, like my first party, I charged $25 a person. That's totally fine. But what I would be careful of is not being the person who's like, I had somebody message me and they were like, I just can't get people to pay, but they've been doing these paint parties for free for months. And I'm like, well, of course nobody's going to pay you. Like, you're known as the free paint party lady, So you have got to value yourself, because here's the thing. Yes, we are being paid good, but there is prep work. There is cleanup work. There is a lot that goes behind the scenes. And yes, it looks like, okay, it was only 2 hours and I made $1,000, but you still had to get everything ready. You still had to get it all scheduled. And then you had to prep work. So, prep work and post work. So I'm telling you guys, it's totally worth it. And I, still teach paint parties. Again, like I said, I have 4 on the schedule just this month, and I have some on the schedule for June. I'll never stop teaching paint parties, because I want to make sure I'm able to give you the most current and up-to-date information. But also, it is great money. I mean, I can be like, okay, I need something, or I want something, go teach a paint party, and I have my money. So I think it's just a matter of, I think I lost my train of thought. Gretchen, what was the main?
You were talking about groups and discounts and how it's.
Yes. Okay, so so be careful not to do like big discounts for groups, but still use common sense. So for example, this big church party came my way. It was 75 people. They reached out to me. They said, hey, can you teach a party of 75 people? I said, yes, that'd be great. It'll be $35 a person. And what date? We started going through the process. Then she goes, oh my gosh, that's not in my budget. All we can do is $25 a person. And so I just started looking at it. I was actually at the gym when I got the message, and I, put in 75 people times $25. And I was like, okay, it's still a great profit. And so I started problem solving. I started thinking, okay, maybe not offer a 16 by 20 canvas, maybe not offer a big door hanger. So I ended up creating this little mini pumpkin, which, Paint Party Headquarters has made a lot of money off of that. Many, many people have used that design. And so I created this little, I said, well, what about this? What if I create a very, a small design, but we can offer it at that lower price point? And it was a generations party. They had kids, parents, and grandparents all at this party. And so, so she was like, yes, that sounds great. That sounds perfect. So I made this little design, and you'll have access to it. It'll be a big hit again this year too. And you'll have access to it. And it was a win-win. So I still made a really great profit. I had smaller designs, so the party was a little shorter, and then just everything worked all around. So I think have common sense, but don't just go, discounting your prices anytime anybody asks. because guys, that's where you're going to get in trouble. And I don't want you to be in a place where you're resentful. Anytime I go to a party, I am there to serve. Like, I am so excited because I've already been paid. There's nothing like, already knowing $1,000 has been put in your account and you're paid and ready to go. All your supplies are bought. And then you're there to just teach, have fun, play some music, get to know these women. There's nothing better than that. But if you're charging $15 a person and then the person wants to stay 30 minutes later because they can't get their rooster just right, I promise you're going to be resentful. And you don't want to be that paint party person.
That's exactly it. Yeah, you really want to appreciate it, and you want to appreciate them, and you don't want to feel like you're being underpaid.
Yes, exactly.
The questions are still coming in. Are you hanging in there? Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, so we'll answer a few more questions. So any last questions, and let's maybe do 10 more minutes of asking questions.
Sounds good. Carla, she might not be on anymore. She said she is from New York and she hopped on late, but she was really excited, and she's glad she found you at this point in her business.
Yay! Oh my gosh, I hope she joined.
And somebody else was asking about Chick-fil-A again. Do you do that on a day that they're closed? Chick-fil-A is so busy. Is there certain times that you would recommend trying to talk them into it?
Yeah, so we have people all over the world that are in Paint Party headquarters. So the people that have access to Chick-fil-A's have been contacting them in Paint Party headquarters. And I actually do my party from 9:30 in the morning till 10:30 in the morning on a Saturday. So basically, Chick-fil-A, they usually have events every single month where they have like a princess come in or something like that. So I said, I talked to the marketing director and I said, why don't we do like a paint and shake or, a paint and breakfast or something like that. So I come in and it's, she does all the marketing for it. They pay me one check and then it's an hour-long party. It's a very short project, hour-long. We're out of there before the lunch rush.
And you'll have to make sure at some point to show them. I saw the paintings that you did at the last Chick-fil-A that the little boy had done. It was so cute. And
yes.
I'm assuming they could use that same design because it was adorable.
Yes, and yeah, you can use the same design if you're in Paint Party headquarters. And again, please be honest. I mean, if you are in and then you decide to not be in a couple months, you don't have rights to all of this work forever. It's just while you're a member. So please be respectful of that. But the thing is I'm constantly updating stuff. Again, I am all about you making money and a profit every party. But on that Chick-fil-A sign, he put the best day ever. And it just warmed my heart because it was this little boy that hardly said anything. And I went to get his picture and he held it up and I read his sign and I was like, oh, can I take you home? It was so sweet.
It's moments like that when you're like, yes, this is what I was meant to do.
Yes.
That's wonderful. I want to go back here because I want to say that it's Sindel just joined. I think it's Sindel.
Yay, welcome.
Yeah. And Linda had a good question that I was thinking about earlier and I forgot to bring up, so I'm glad she said it. You're so generous with all of your designs, but if somebody wanted to do their own paintings and do their own designs at their parties, you're not saying they have to use your designs, correct?
No, you could just be in Paint Party headquarters to get the marketing and social media techniques. Like literally, you could just be in there to get the community part of it. Here's the coolest thing that I did not know would happen when I started this. So I started Paint Party headquarters a year ago. This is 1 year anniversary today. It's the birthday. Happy birthday, Paint Party headquarters. And I, was given these designs, but then all of a sudden, I didn't think, I don't know why I didn't think this, but I just thought like I was solving a problem. I was getting to the nuts and bolts of people really need the designs and I'm solving this problem. What I did not realize is all of these awesome, wonderful women were going to start just being inspired so much to create their own new designs. And what happened was, and what is happening, is they're creating these new designs and then they're not only creating them and asking for feedback, but they're like, yeah, I created this turtle and yes, you can have rights to this turtle. And the coolest thing was having, like, for example, I talked about Noelle, having a party where it was, nobody showed up, and then Tina gave gave everybody rights, including me, to this turtle, and then she had a sold out. She tweaked her marketing a little bit, brought the turtle in, had a sold out crowd the very next time at this restaurant of 20 people times $35. So, I mean, just one paint party pays for your entire year. And that's just if you only do one paint party in 1 year, which I'm expecting you to do way more than that. So yeah, I am not, people have asked me about doing a franchise, and I've totally, from the beginning, that is not what I wanted. I want y'all to be able to move and change it up and, do all of these things different and problem solve and create your own paintings if you want, but also know that you have me here to ask questions to anytime you need it, to get designs when you're stuck or busy or tired or just need the next design, or to get the next marketing trick or the social media hack, or just to pray with you. Those things are all a part of it. You can take and leave what you want.
Yep, 100%. And Heidi gives 110%. I can guarantee you that. A couple of people have asked about having a business license. I know a lot of that has to do with states, but what are your recommendations as far as having a license?
Yes, so my recommendations is just get a DBA, a doing business as. It's about $10, I believe. I got mine back in 2013. But get one of those to start with, and then also save all of your receipts, and then make sure you get a CPA. So you will know in this group, I very, very, very little talk about taxes. And the reason why is I am not a certified CPA, and I do not want to get anybody arrested. So I strongly, strongly advise you to talk to your CPA, start saving all of your receipts, because there are so much that you can write off because you have this business, and including your supplies, including, my clothes that get paint on them, and, all of these wonderful things that, are part of doing business. But I am very clear up front. I am the person who can teach you everything and anything about teaching paint parties, but I am very little will I talk about the tax part, because I want you to find your CPA, and we're dealing with people all over the world, not just in America. And I do not want to get you in a position where you're in a tax position. And again, that's another reason why we do the challenge of the creative account. So you have that money set aside. So if there ever is an issue where you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't hold back, or, something happened, or I didn't save the receipts like I should have. If you're doing it right, you always have that stash ready.
I think that's really smart. Oh, Lakila had asked, and a couple other people have asked about guys. Do you ever do paintings to appeal to guys? Have you found that you have a lot of guys that paint with you?
Okay, so I've done paint parties for 10 years, consistently for the past 7 years. I can tell you on 2 hands how many guys have been. Here's the thing about guys. I've done couple parties. I've done, bring the guys in, but here's what I'm going to tell you. There's a few that will show up willingly, but most of them have been drugged to it. And I'm just going to state that. So my focus for you is to focus on the things that are going to make you a profit every party. So when you start dividing it out and you're saying, guys, girls, everybody come, it's date night. What happens is you take a fun ladies night that could have been 10 ladies, and you cut it into about 4 people. So I'm telling you guys, it's what I have seen in the marketplace. I am not saying that you cannot have that. I did like a young couples where I had about 50 people at a church. And again, there were a lot of grumbling guys during that. They were kind of like drugged with their wife. But I just find that I make so much more money. I actually basically do all my marketing towards women's events. And then people ask me about kids events. So I do kids events from 10 up to 100 kids at a time, and have done and still do to this day. But my main focus, I have found, if I just totally streamline my focus as women's events, people will come up to you and ask, do you do fundraisers? Do you do kids events? They'll ask. And of course, if the money is right and the head count is there, I will do it. But I find that if you're trying to market to everybody, if you're trying to say, yes, couples, yes, kids, yes, this, you're not going to make anybody happy and you're not going to make any money.
100% agree. Yeah, we do couples events at Valentine's, and those pretty much always sell out, but that's the only time. And even then we're marketing to the women, not to the men.
Market to the women. They're the ones that are going to sign up.
Exactly. As of right now, that is all the questions that I have that are new.
Yay. Oh my gosh. Awesome. So we got all the questions answered. Was there anything else we were supposed to go over, Gretchen? I'm trying to.
I think you might just want to do a wrap up again of your amazing offers, the seat filler bonus, and then your call on Tuesday. I think you want to just remind people of that. We still have a good number of people on.
Yay. Awesome. Well, I just want to say, I just want to wrap up here and say, first off, thank you, Gretchen, so much for helping with this and just being willing to, help with answering questions and all of that. And to all of y'all that took time out, I mean, it's late, so I know you're probably nervitis and excited and wanting to do this if you're still on because you're on here. And I remember years ago, I was teaching full time and I was standing in the kitchen with my husband and I just had this feeling in my stomach and I was like, oh my gosh, and I was crying to my husband. I'm like, I'm supposed to do something more. I don't know what it is, but I'm supposed to do something more. I don't know why I have this feeling. And I felt guilty. I felt really, and I'm not here telling anybody to quit your jobs. Like, let me just say that real quick. But I had this feeling of guilt, like, oh my gosh, since I was 14, I prayed to be an elementary art teacher. Like, that was my dream. I wanted to teach elementary art. And here I am working in the best school district. I have a window, I have a brand new kiln. My principal lets me do anything I want with the kids. I mean, we had the coolest projects, but I was just running ragged. 850 students a week. I was exhausted all the time. And I remember just thinking like, how dare I? Like, how dare I dream something else? Like, I got my dreams. I got what I wanted. How dare I have this feeling? And I remember really battling with that and struggling with that. And then one day it hit me. I was standing in the little doorway of my classroom. And I was, I just let the 5th graders out. We had a little art club that morning. And I just let them out. And it was almost like God just like knocked me on my head and said, this is why. And I remember getting this like just feeling of, oh my gosh, you can't dream another dream until you've, accomplished the dream that you wanted. And it just hit me like, oh my gosh, it's okay to dream bigger. Like I can dream, nothing against teaching. It was my dream for many, many years. And I still get to teach. I'm teaching you right now. I still get to paint and teach painting. I paint all over my arm from earlier. But the thing is, I was holding this guilt of like, how dare I want something else? And then it was like, God told me, once you finish one dream, of course, that's the next step. Like you take these steps in life. And I was at that step. I had completed that step. And now, God was bringing me to this next step. And so I just want to, tell y'all, if you have that feeling in your stomach and you're like nervitis and you're excited, guys, I want to help you. I really, truly have a passion for this. And I get so excited when you are in Paint Party headquarters and you post a picture of your event and you're like, oh my gosh, I did this. And, I put money in the bank and I was able to pay for, a vacation. Just recently we were able to pay for Pixie's braces, and that was a big deal. I mean, that was a huge payment a month. And to go, oh my gosh, I have all that paid off and I don't have to pay that every month, was just a huge thing. Going to the grocery store and not having to look at my freaking account to make sure I can check out. Like that stuff is big to me and it's big to you. I know it is. Or if you're the person and you just want out of the house, maybe money is not the thing here. You just want to have more of a social life. You just want to get to know some people. You just want to like leave the kids at home, whatever the case is. It's so exciting. And I always say, this is like our paint party adventure. It changes. It goes into different areas. And that's why I want to help you so much, because I know it's changed my life. I know it's changed so many people in Paint Party headquarters lives. And I just want to be just a cheerleader for you and to help you along this path. So if you are excited about joining, make sure you join tonight so you get the extra bonuses. I would love to meet with you I'm looking at my calendar, on Tuesday at 10 a.m. if you join. If for some reason you can't make it live, I'm going to record it and send it out to you. But guys, if you're on the fence and you're thinking about this is the last time I will offer it at this price. So if you get in now, you will be grandfathered in at the $32 a month. Again, it's $35 for one painter. The risk versus the reward. You can seriously start teaching these paintings now. So there's really no risk to this. I just really know that this is helping people. And I know that what you're doing out there matters. I know sharing God's love through art matters to you. And I know that this is a great way we can do it, but not only do something we love, but be able to provide for our family and do things that we want with our family. So anyway, I'm so glad you're here. Make sure you sign up. Make sure you're a part of it. I cannot wait to get to know you more. And I think that's it. I think we'll call it a wrap.
Heidi, one question that someone did have, I know that you had said that there would be a replay. They'll get an email with the webinar again. If someone was on the fence and wanted to know if she could sign up tomorrow, where do you want them to go to sign up if they don't sign up tonight through this link?
Go ahead and go to the same link. And then with the webinar, you will get the link to sign up. So if once you get in just make sure you're watching your emails, because you should be getting emails from me. And then all of y'all that did sign up, first off, congratulations. You took a big step. And that's usually the hardest part, taking the step. And then make sure you check your email, because a lot of times email gets tricky and it will go into spam. So you should automatically have an email from me when you sign up.
Wonderful.
All right. Is that it?
I think we're good. I'm sure you're going to be, I think a lot of people want you to get off so you can go let them into the group.
Yes, I know. We got to do. Well, I just want to say again, thank y'all so much. I'm excited for y'all, and it's going to be a great year. And guys, I can't even tell you how great it's going to be September 20th. So let's get the groundwork laid right now so that we can just rock it out this year. All right, guys. I hope y'all have a great night. Later.
Awesome.
Bye, guys.
Good night.